And hello, everybody. Welcome into the Aurora Esports Overwatch Clash semifinals matchup, the Musky Bowl between the Belfast Bunker Brigade and the Guangdong Magic Tigers. I'll be your play-by-play caster Booney for the first time in quite a while. And joining me today is going to be my ever so trusty cohort Paninii. Paninii, this should be a pretty darn close match here. I think the Bungers at the auction, everybody thought would be pretty strong. They got a lot of solid players at every single role, very flexible as well. And the Magic Tigers were kind of slept on before the auction, but once we saw them play a couple weeks in, we knew it to be a team of trouble. Now they're undefeated, looking to make their way to the grand finals.
Okay, let me flip sides real quick. But yeah, the Bunger Brigade started off kind of on fire, but then I think at the end of the regular season, I think they lost like 3 matches in a row. So they kind of fumbled their way into the playoffs. But from what I've seen in scrims and in matches, like recently, I don't know what the Bunger Brigade have been cooking, but they've been looking a lot better recently. The Magic Tigers just came out of their match against the Rats, and they made it kind of close with the Rats. So I think, like, looking at their records right now, 4-4 versus 8-0, like, you kind of expect the Magic Tigers to be the favorite, but I think this could still go either way.
It kind of depends, who shows up. I don't know if, yeah, Yak is on the bench right now, but if Yak can come in and kind of go toe-to-toe with Elko, our MVP from last season, it should be a pretty close game. But now looking at a double flex Ramatra look from the Guangdong Magic Tigers. Interesting kind of adaptation here. No Lucio here for Red Cactus on the Ramatra. Looking to play a lot slower here with Zinth in the Sky as well on Pharah. But Melon look to get right into their face with this Malga. Of course, we've seen Malga in the playoffs pretty much in every single game so far. Very strong in the meta right now. But both teams just playing this very slow right now. Zinth is pretty quickly towards this barrage, but Red Cactus first to draw blood. With the Kiriko down, no more Suzuki's. Foos decides to dig on in. Melon as well. They're charging in on a Hardchar. Hardchar has the Immortality Field in time. Keeps himself up, as well as has the backup of the entire squadron. And with Melon down out of this fight, it looks pretty tough. And Guangdong takes first point control on Antarctic. I mean, Foos will get one, but it's probably not going to be enough to change anything.
Yeah, still pretty close here, but with the Pharahs, it's like a lot of times it just comes down to who gets the better spam, and ultimately Wiggle Higgle dying early to the Pharah spam, just without their flex support, that's kind of the fight's over for the team. Running the 2 flex supports, that does give you a little bit more flexibility. If either Sonic or Hardchar fall, they just still have a decent amount of healing to keep them up here, but just the Lucia is not enough to keep their team alive.
We're back to 5v5 here. Melon does charge in, cause the fly, but Elko first to find pay dirt here as Foost falls on the Venture. Really no big dive deep potential. Nuttier, speaking of deep diving, is in the back line. They do find Elko, but with 2 quickly here, a barrage exchange from Zinth is going to get Suzu mid-air. Keeps them up through that. A great Suzu from Sonicron that keeps the Pharah alive through that ultimate. And now, Bunger Brigade looking kind of on the back foot so far.
Yeah, the Malga is like really good in the meta right now, but they're just taking too much spam damage here. By the time that Melon does decide to engage, he's already really low and just gets chunked down. Now the ult's starting to come up, they might have an opening here.
Who's going to charge in here, but the barrage does find Elko. The Dragon is not high enough to catch that out, but the exchange on the Pharahs. A window from Hardchar here will allow some more healing to come on into Red Cactus. He has that Nemesis Forward up and going, but Boost coming alive on the Venture, finds multiple. Will get taken down, but now it's just Nuttier trying to retreat back towards the point. Not going to do too much here as Red Cactus does refuse to fall on this Ramatra right now. Not something we see very much in the meta so far in the playoffs, but playing it very well.
Yeah, without the Lucio too, which is kind of surprising, but it is working for their team really well. They do have a lot of healing to keep their team alive through this Pharah spam. Ultimately, like the ult is starting to come up now for the Bunger Brigade. Getting this big cage fight could be really good for them. But on the other side, you do have the Rush and the Ramatra ult, which are both really good win conditions here. So we'll just see who pops it first and who gets more value with their ults here.
Playing it very slow is Guangdong. They walk in here with their cooldowns engaged with the Casino Rush as well from Sonic. Veronica got countered by a beat from Nuttier. Support ultimates are being heavily exchanged on point, but Elko's first to fall. With the consistent damage and flashbang now out of the way, it appears Guangdong will retreat and hold on his ultimates here, trying to get with their lives. No, stagger, but Mel and Jack are going down. So this is an exchange as Red Cash walks towards the point with Nemesis form, forces out the TP from Wicked, who falls over. Boost is landing the shots from way downtown on the Venture. Charges on in, has the dig as well. The contest is going to be very long here. We'll see if Red Cactus holds on his ultimate. Yes, he will take that back towards spawn. And despite the chaos, they still have Cage ult. They still have the Venture Tectonic Shock. This could be troubling for Bunger.
Again, this cage ult is really good, especially with the Venture ult on top of it. You can just do so much spam damage and force the team to just kind of take it. Not a lot of damage mitigation in terms of the supports or in terms of the tanks. It should get a lot of cleave here with this Venture cage combo here. Two Rex onto Jack.
With Jack down,
Better.
it's going to be no barrage potentially coming in the middle of the fight, but Zinth does put it on down. The exchange out, Melon for Zinth, a much better exchange for the side of the Guangdong Magic Tigers, but Fu's still trying to get something done here. Red Cactus's Annihilation really gets nothing. We'll find Fu's, but exchange fights pretty quickly. Belfast has both the supports here ready to go, but I don't know if they have any help. Jack returning the fight here off the spawn. 5% towards the barrage could turn it in the favor of Belfast, but Elko takes him out of the sky, clips his wings. Melon able to charge on in, has the cardiac overdrive as well as a full set of HP. Burning here is going to be the side of the Guangdong Magic Tigers. Suzu forced out from Sonic as well on the side, so Melon can go very aggressive but forced to retreat for now. Elko with his high noon looking in good position with the window. Not doing too much as of right now. Holding on the ultimate. Decides to pop with the new buff here. The new speedy custody through the window. Trying to force them away. Nuttier does fall. And they cannot touch in time as Belfast sees the overtime ticker go away in first point towards the way of the Magic Tigers.
Yeah, ultimately so far, it just looks like the Magic Tigers are just completely dictating the pace right now. Oh, we do have a pause here. But yeah, they're just dictating the pace. They're kind of disengaging and playing slow when they want to go for that poke, but they're able to kind of get those, in those really scrappy fights, they're able to just kind of find the kills after forcing everyone so low. Just the poke with the Pharah and with the Ramatra, able to just do so much. Gives their, the Magic Tigers the advantage here.
And yeah, we saw the ability that Zinth had going against Afara, going against Adventure. A lot less pressure on them. You have Elko going to Cassidy, playing Hanzo Stormers as well. There's just a lot more pressure on Jack to have to deal with, as well as a shield from their Ramatra, kind of making it a bit tough to get as much poke and prod, much spam in as Zinth was. So we'll see if the Bunger Brigade decides to make any adjustments to their composition. I know that Jack, really likes playing that Somber, but not really in the meta right now. So do we see some adaptation potentially playing a bit slower, or maybe going faster, just trying to outrun these cooldowns, outrun the spam? You have the Mauga. You should be able to pick your brawl a little bit faster. Yeah, we'll have to see what their adaptation is.
They have the Lucio, and the other team does not. So they need to kind of dictate this pace, play a little bit faster, and just try to close that distance really quickly, because it's just taking too long with the Pharah spam. You're just getting out-damaged here. So they need to just take those fights before they get that low. Take advantage of Nuttier on the Lucio, because they know that Sonic and Harchar are not going to run Lucio here. They're going to stay on that double flex look. So that's what I think their big advantage needs to be, is just taking advantage of the Lucio here.
I'm going to go back over towards this Genji. We'll see if this is going to stick after a fight or two.
Yeah, very good at this Genji here. Can just get a lot of value both mid-fight and pre-fight. The TP does give the Bunger Brigade the early advantage here, so we'll see if they do anything with it.
As well as this Genji, no longer Cassidy or Hanzo, so a little more free here for Jack, as well as a lot more cover to play around. So we'll see if the adaptation is going for either of these sides. A lot of spin coming on the support line here of Guangdong. They have to play a bit slow. They are going to get healed right back up, though. Zinth falling pretty weak in the sky. Red Cactus as well, trying to stay alive. Nice and healthy in his front line. Elko is forced out and just gets smooshed by Melon. They're going to exchange out for DPS, though, but Melon has space to work with. Zinth is in your backline, just pelting in the damage, but Rat Cactus first to fall. At that tank gone, it's going to be tough for the Guangdong Mad Tigers to try to sustain this fight. And Belfast, like you said, playing a lot quicker there, it seemed.
Yeah, Sonic Ronic does swap to the Lucio here. So they do now have that speed for the engage or the disengage, but just with the Sim TP, the Bunger Brigade able to get that space early and forces the Magic Tigers to play in that tiny choke there, which is really good with the Pharah. Elko does swap over to the Cass here, which I think is a really good swap. Kind of puts a little bit more pressure on Jack here, but he does already have this barrage, so we'll see if he does anything with it this fight.
We usually see how this Baptiste versus Kiriko matchup goes with these tanks especially. No cleanse for the fire, for the burning that Melon can put in, as Elko does go down. Again, exchange on DPS. Zinth is in a bit of a rough spot right now. Will get out with their lives. It appears a slam in, though, from Melon. Breaks the Immortality Field. Red Cactus has the block online. Zinth is yet again in the backline here, but a nicely timed sweep from Wiggle Higgle will keep them nice and tidy here. Zinth flying very weak again, and these pretty staggered out fights here. Really no concise game plan, it looks like, right now for Guangdong. Kind of basically a complete 180 from last map.
Yeah, they're just dictating this pace a lot more. Now that you're defending, it's a little bit easier to do that than when you're trying to push into this comp, but now these ults are starting to come up too, so it's looking really tough here for the Magic Tigers, already at 60%. 5 ults are going to be here for the Bunger Brigade. They honestly might only need to use 2 to win the fight here, just how strong Cage is in this tiny room.
Like, Melon is going to go for it, the slams down the cage. Jack does fall though, so they cannot use the barrage combo with that. The pulse one comes on in, but I believe the Immortality Field will keep them alive. Zinth pays for that barrage with their lives, but got the value they needed for that one. And with Elko cleaning up, that is going to be a point flip here for Guangdong. And just a very disastrous pick there on a Jack. Can't combo with the cage.
Yeah, Melon had such a big ult there too, especially in that tiny room, but just not the damage to follow up on the ult there. Only using the barrage. Now it's starting to look really good here for the Magic Tigers. They do have to string a few fights together to come back, but they have the ults to do so.
They use the window. We do have a point contest here from Foos. Forces Zinth to drop down. The window, they're playing the window on the high ground, but the point flips in the meantime, so a free few percentage here coming out. Or Belfast, as now Melon pushes in on the Red Cactus as they have to drop to try to touch point. A really split fight going on right now, but Elko on point, Zinth as well for the spam. What a free 20 or so % right there for Belfast as they make it one fight territory, and they both score almost to use.
Yeah, Magic Tigers are looking really strong now that they have this high ground here. The Annihilation could be very good here, but we do have the beat and the rush here. Forest trade.
The Forest exchange up on the top right, and they see that as a go sign for Belfast. Walking in with their Casino Rush. The beat exchanger from Sonic Rod, but the later beat out from Nuttier stops Elko from getting too much value with that high noon. Annihilation Red Cactus here on the point.
So
in this middle of the Casino Rush, they can't do too much there. They're going to isolate over on a Melon. Will jump right back in. They find Elko by exchange for the tank. Much better exchange here for this side of Guangdong. Jack has a barrage. Do they decide to use it here or to hold on to it for one more fight? The point flips yet again. The pulse bomb not gonna land. Immortality Field comes on out, but they just follow that up. Jack can't quite get Sonic on it with that barrage. Very close here. Lucio very low. The point is still heavily in favor right now of Guangdong, but
HP.
They're gonna see if they can do anything here with Melon. Close to his cage. Do they pop if they get it? Wiggle Higgle trying to get something done here. Wiggle Higgle falling low. They're gonna go down, and with the Kiriko down, Melon decides to retreat. But again, no real point progress gained here for the side of the Guangdong Magic Tigers.
Yeah, Zenth at 7 HP, barely able to hang on. Ret Cactus ultimately just comes back just in time to anchor point. And the Bunger Brigade just opts to reset, try to play for a clean fight here, especially with this cage fight coming up. I'm not sure if they're tracking, but the Barrage and the Window are up, which are two very good ults here with just the cage fight. I don't know if that's going to be enough. There should just be enough damage on the side of the
Tigers but here. Elko's landing the headshots on a Nuttier.
I don't know if they'll get back by the fight.
They're trying to wait for as long as they possibly can. They will have 10%. They do have a Tracer as well, so Foos will probably get that touch. Not too much, or maybe even Jack on the Sombra as well. They have the touch if they need it here. Looks like Nuttier has to turn back to the fight. They will be able to get a touch from Melon. Has the cage fight. Throws it on down. Jack not going to find anything but the side of the Peacemaker from Elko. Barrage out from Zinth. It's a 2-for-1 exchange here as Ret Cactus has a Nemesis form. Punching down Wiggle Higgle. Losing on that Kiriko. Losing out on that healing. Who's trying to make a miracle happen, but doesn't look to be in the cards. The Pulse Elko gives him one for the road.
Foos got his.
The Guangdong Magic Tigers take our first map and enter the peninsula. And it was pretty close at second point. First one, not so much.
Yeah, I think they made some good adjustments for the Bunger Brigade. Started to look a lot better. I do think that map also favors them a lot more, especially once they got that first cap there. So I would like to see them, like, I think that the Bunger Brigade might have a good advantage here if they can pick a map that plays to their strengths. But we'll see that the fights were really sloppy, and it was ultimately looking really good for the Magic Tigers late there. But I think the Bunger Brigade is doing enough that they're going to make this competitive here.
And with that being said, let's go ahead and send you guys over to a quick map break. Do not go anywhere. Overwatch Clash Musky Bowl continues after this. And welcome back, everybody, to the Musky Bowl here for Aurora Overwatch Clash. Season 5 between the Guangdong Magic Tigers and the Belfast Bunger Brigade. Now, we do see the Guangdong Magic Tigers taking their first map in a fairly handy fashion, but now we're going to Paninii, which a very different playstyle on this map we're expecting to see here. I know Melon favors that Winston, but Elko swapping off DPS over onto the tank. Expecting to see a lot of Doomfist here. We'll have to see what Mel runs out on. Mel actually going to start on the Doomfist. Surprised to see a Winston here.
Yeah, he has been playing a lot of Winston this season, but maybe just deciding that the Doomfist works a little bit better with the comp, or works just a little bit better in the meta here. I am excited to see. Hopefully both teams will honor the Doom duel. But we do have Nuttier. Very interesting pick by him here. I'm assuming that they're going to play their tank and their DPS are going to play really aggressive, and Nuttier's going to save the life grip just in case they get low. But running the Ana and the Brig is just such like a proven backline. So we'll see if like the gamble pays off by Nuttier here.
And we'll see if Yak can make a difference here on a Tracer as well. Subbed in here on this map, Paninii for Foost. But now, again, the forward duel is still a thing here from Jack and Synth. Both teams kind of just walking slowly up these stairs right now. The Doomfists are just pushing the right clicks and left clicks against each other. But now doing a bit of isolation here on the Melon, forced to use that Eat, but I believe got Power Punch off of that one direct rocket there from Zinth. Dooms are going to exchange the punches and both go about 2 feet in total. Recall forced out here from Osmodeus early. The Elko forced to use the Eat. Both teams just staring at each other. And Elko first to fall. With the Doomfist out of the fight, we do have Yak just chasing down Osmodeus and gets the better of that 1v1. And a much better looking so far here from the Belfast Bunker Brigade. Plays a lot more slowly, but taking their fight smartly.
Yeah, Lifeweaver honestly has not been. I've been kind of surprised by how well it's been working. Doing a lot of healing here, and just able to have enough mobility that he doesn't get run on by the Doomfist here. Asmodeus is struggling to get to the space here, as the Bunger Brigade is just playing so good defense, just shutting out all the angles here. It's hard to really go in when you're trading the Tracer in your backline, and your Tracer's not able to kind of get in. We'll see if Elko's able to something out.
They did force out a Suzu, but they couldn't really take too full advantage of that one.
Oh.
Jack is controlling the point, but Jack falls.
All they
it's
need.
hard char. And with that out of the fight, as well as the sleep on the
out.
Melon. The pulse bomb from Yak, not gonna find anything here as Zenth with another Suzu from Wiggle Higgle will keep Melon alive in the fight, but Hardchar is still alive. Hits the anti-nade, and Zenth takes down Nuttier with the help of that ultimate ability, and now it's gonna be a point A capture for Guangdong, but they had to work pretty tough for that one and use a lot of ults. Yak swapping off the Tracer onto the Cassidy here. Puts more pressure on Zenth in the skies.
Yeah, a lot of ults here for the Bunger Brigade, though, so even though they lose that fight, they still have a really good ult economy here. We did get the barrage out from Zenth, but Yak resetting is going to reset his ult charge here. Cass is going to get a lot of pressure onto this Pharah, so we'll see if that pays off for the Bunger Brigade.
But now Yak just playing at a different angle from a Doomfist is creating this bit of a cross angle. They got to focus on who they want to go on. Either one is pretty tough, especially with the new Cassidy flashbang being returned. But Hardtroy again takes down Jack, the Ana, putting in some work. And I'd say probably his signature character from Overwatch League. And the point continues to move forward here ever so surely as Zenith gets a position. Oh, but the punch from Melon mid-air! The Dooms are going to exchange position on the cooldown. The sleep will land, but the Susan Wiggle Higgle. The anti-nade, though, cannot be cleansed. And the rally will make Melon pretty tough here. Uses that meteor strike. They're going to find Hardchar. And now the rally, it's a solo one here for the Brigitte. But Yak comes in with the flash fan. Takes down the Brig. And that rally basically finds nothing.
That's got to be frustrating for Sonic Chronic. Rallying to try to keep his Ana alive. Does a lot of healing to the Ana and does get the bash onto the Doomfist. But ultimately, they still manage to find Hardchar there. And the rally just kind of doesn't get a ton of value. That's another ult that gets taken down there, but the 4 ults here for the Bunger Brigade still looking really good for them. Nano early onto Elko.
Let's go and hear the meteor strike, but I mean, Nuttier just got the moves. He's broken. Nuttier is just breaking his ankles with the pedal, with the tree. That's a Life Weaver, baby. And Wiggle Higgle finds 2. The kunai landing true, and Nuttier shuts down the meteor strike as well as the nano boost by his lonesome. The Life Weaver put in some work right now. Real Dog is happy.
Yeah, we're continuing to see just the Bunger Brigade getting so much value with like so little ult here. The Magic Tigers just aren't able to get as much with theirs. That nano boost we saw just didn't get a ton of value. Looked like it should have gotten Nuttier, but Nuttier with the tree to save his life. Jack actually fights hard chart early there, so I don't think the Magic Tigers can even fight this. They're still trying to make something happen there.
Finally getting the better of that 1v1 is Jack taking down hard chart. Now Sonic just trying to stay alive here, gives some packs over to Elko. Zinth does have this barrage, but it's just being hounded right now by Melon on the side. Zinth charging on in, potentially looking for a Yak solo, but the help is there from the Doomfist. And now Wigglehiggle's in a really off angle here, looking for a TP Suzu potentially on this barrage. We almost had a C9, by the way, as Osmodeus pushed the cart towards that end of B point. They did get just in time, but now advantage position here for the attackers as Osmodeus looking to go in here with the pulse. Never mind, I thought he had pulse bomb. I mistook him. Zinth has this barrage though. Elko not gonna land the punch though on a Melon. Jack in the back line finds the support line, and a much better play from Jack here. Finds 3. Zinth will get 1 for their troubles, but sent back to spawn. And now Osmodeus trying to find Nutter, but he's got the moves, he's got the pedals, and Jack's got the rockets. Yeah, and that's going to be another fight in here. Now 1 minute remaining here, basically.
As Modius saying, it ain't much, but it's honest work as he just pushes like almost the entire second half of the point. The Bunger Brigade do manage to kind of catch that in time. Jack just able to get so much value with this Pharah, and again, just only the Pulse Bomb. Maybe the Doom ult will get built here, but the Doom ult for Melon already built. Both support ults super close for the Bunger Brigade. It's looking really good with only a minute left. The Magic
Melon going aggressive here on the support line, got a big punch on in. Looks like I'll kind of retreat for now. Let's in with the power punch. The sleep does land, so well played here. Yak does have that high noon, but isn't going to do too much here. It does create some space for his team to survive, but Melon falling so weak. The pull! A huge grip as Yak takes down Zenith. The pulse bomb, though, from Osmodeus finds Yak in exchange on DPS. Elko still has his meter strike, is pushed into a corner, but the life of your tree is huge from Nuttier. Able to dodge around all his cooldowns right now. The rally comes out from Sonic, but Wiggle, as Hard Chart goes on down, Elko still has his power punch. This had to use it. Wiggle throws down that Casino Rex as well. Jack is lighting up the kill feed right now from the skies. Osmodeus recalls over on towards the point, but not too much happening, so we're being right back to spawn. Elko trying to get with his life. It looks like he will do just that. But it's a very staggered out fight here. It's be really awkward. Sonic over onto the Mercy of all things for final fight contest.
Yeah, I think he wants to make sure Zenth can build this barrage. Just giving him identifies as like Zenth is gonna have to pop off here. Jack close to this barrage though. That might be all they need is just the barrage.
Meter strike is gonna land. Yak just rolls right past the Doomfist and has no care in the world as Jack still in the sky right now, putting his work, has his barrage in 2 seconds here, but Zenth finds the first pick. It's gonna be exchange here, but Jack still has barrage. Jack with 2, and now 2.38 meters separate them. Do they get the C9? No, they don't. Melon touches just in time, and now it's just Melon versus the Pharah. The Doomfist shuts down the Pharah. The sky clips her wings, and now just before point B, Belfast Bunger Brigade holds strong.
Yeah, these fights are so messy. Jack just able to get so much value, getting just that spam damage, getting the directs onto the backline on those really messy fights. Especially late there, just able to get so much value on those, getting those fight cleanups there, getting multiple, like, 2 or 3 Ks. We'll see if they, like, do anything to swap this up. I'd love to see Elko go, like, a Diva if they identify the Pharah as, like, the main issue. But also, like, Melon just able to do so much on that Doomfist, displacing the Magic Tigers, forcing them kind of in, like, tight areas, which allows Jack to get that value. So everyone on the Bunger Brigade just playing really well, playing to their strengths.
Yeah, Melon looking a lot more comfortable on a dive style rather than the Mauga. And but I mean, this Life Weaver, they're making it work. I mean, you know, you're the color cast, you're the smart guy. Why the hell is it working? Is he just using it to dodge the Doomfist ability to stop him from getting too much value? Nutter seems to put in some really serious work right now.
He's got to survive, and having that dash that gives you 75 HP is really good. Also being able to get that high ground, just kind of force as much distance as you can between your team and their team. He's able to do, like, a lot here on the Life Weaver, just so much utility. And at the same time, like, having that life grip, that's such a good ability, especially with how deep Jack and Melon are going. It allows them to kind of be that aggressive, knowing that they have that free escape at any time with that life grip.
Osmodeus watching here off that Tracer on the Casty will put a little more pressure onto Jack and Sky, as well as Yak with the flashbang. But now Yak kind of free to do his own thing here on the Tracer, not too many things to stop him. As engages, he's going to get pretty aggressive here on the backline, especially with Hardchar has no break for the support. It's going to be a Mercy in the sky here for Sonic. Yak appears to kind of spot this out. We'll look at set up here. Both teams just kind of slowly taking space, but Bunger Brigade in position here. Looking to do something. I guess something
Yeah,
as Yak goes around the corner here, up the staircase,
Looking
knows the
for the
Ana is
Ana.
here. Looks for it, hard charge, trying to survive, hard charge, 1 HP. And they're gonna take down that Ana. One coordinate die here from Melon. And with 2 picks going in favor of Bunger Brigade, it looks to be a pretty early point capture here. The res is gonna come through and Melon take it out with his focusing beam. So it could be turnable here. Yak is still alive. They do get the Ana back, but they lose out on the Echo. Now Jack, uncontested in the skies. It appears gonna be a last second touch here coming through from the Guangdong. Just gonna be Echo diving on here, but Nutter has a pedal platform. Gets on out of the way and gets the kill. An Echo on the way out. And now Yak will just stop any contestants from coming on in here. And point A will be captured. And if they get the Ana here staggered, it's devastating for Guangdong.
Yeah, but Harchar's been kind of lethal here. I think he is going to get out. They just kind of respect it. They know that he has the nade. He should be able to take those fights with these spawns coming in close. Actually, Yak is trying to take this fight. Recall is forced, and he just has to back. It's too much peel there just to keep Harchar alive. But yeah, we have a lot of ults coming out now for the Bunger Brigade. Winning that fight really clean with those angles. Coordinated dives with Yak and with Melon. Looking really rough here for the Magic Tigers, but there are multiple fights left in the second point. So we'll see if they're able to stabilize here and just kind of hold the Bunger Brigade.
Both these belts ready to deploy, but Elko gets a nano boost first. Gonna punch Melon in this. I mean, he's trying to get in here and do something with his nano boost, but I mean, it does create some space to get the pick over onto Jack, but you'd like to see a little more with that nano. The pulse bomb gonna land and finds nothing but pay dirt, and there you go. Trade out those ultimates, and Elko finally kills him alive once the nano boost expires. And the hold begins for Guangdong.
Incredibly cheap fight there for the Bunger Brigade. They are going to have a lot of ults running in here, but at the same time, only the nano used from Harchar. That's also a really good fight on their side, too. But it definitely does just favor the defense here, just with being able to set up and hold these angles really early here. Something's got to break through the stout defense, especially on this point of Parisia, where the high ground is so hard to get to.
Jack spots out Osmodeus, tries to get him off the sky, but stays on up there through the boops as well as the Doomfist punch. Yak putting in some pressure over on Elko, forcing him to retreat for now. Zinth still on his high ground, putting in the work. Recall is forced, and Zinth goes back over to Signature Fara, looking to build up a quick barrage here in the duplicate. Osmodeus with the hiding in the back. Do they decide to use it? Doesn't look like it right now. The life grip comes on through, but Zinth is still there with the barrage and lands on him, but the tree blocks it. As Nutter gets the kill as well. Nutter on this Life Weaver, putting in some serious work. And now Harchar going down as well. Sonic Chronic does pop the wings on the Valkyrie. Looks for the res. We'll get on a Harchar, but lose Osmodeus. Channeling that high noon, and they're just stuffing the doors. They can't come on it. Jack's barrage gets canceled by a punch, but gets the kill regardless. And now Sonic trying to get with their live. Osmodeus back over on the Tracer. Wiggle Higgle has this rush, so they decide to invest it here. The sleep on a Yak though is pretty big.
Position too. Gets taken down by Harchar.
Sonic Chronic flying around the nano onto the Mercy. Whips out the Glock, trying to put some pressure on him, but Harchar's gonna get dove on by the Doomfist. I mean, Sonic trying to get something done, does survive through all this pressure, but Sonic not in a good position. Oh, just jump on around and fly around, somehow still alive. The nade from Jack sends him back to the grave. And now, a very expensive fight either way, but Yak in exchange here, trying to block off this res is not gonna happen. The res comes on through the pulse bomb from Yak, finds nothing but pay dirt. Elko jumps on in, does get punished for it. It's a very sloppy fight, but Defenders has spawn advantage right now, as well as the ultimate's building up. We'll see if they decide to go for it. It looks like the attackers are going to slow down for now, but go right back in here. Jack stops over on the Echo, the slam on here from Melon. Has that power punch built up there, punches over on Thunder Run, 1 HP. The Mercy's still alive, so the Mercy falls. And now, 4 meters separating the Belfast Bunger Brigade and victory here. The Pulse Bomb not going to find anything but Melon exchanges. Wiggle Higgle down. Both supports, though, are missing here for Guangdong. And Melon coming alive with a melee and a rocket punch to seal the deal. And we got ourselves a tied series 1-1.
Yeah, a lot of really good swaps there. The dives looks really clean. I know like Melon has been playing like a lot of Doom with this team or a lot of dive with this team throughout the season. Yak also like very comfortable on that Tracer, so they just kind of know when to go in. They know like when to hit. Really coordinated with that. The Life Weaver I think might have just caught them off guard. Maybe not expecting that, but Nuttier on the Life Weaver got a ton of value there. So now we're going back to the Magic Tigers pick. Like I mentioned before, I think just having your map pick gives your team such a huge advantage. So we'll see if the Magic Tigers got something cooking up to try to counter this dive style that Bunger have been playing really quick. I think with that, me get this fixed up real quick. I think with that, we will go into a short map break. Stay tuned. We will be back shortly.
And hello everybody, welcome on back to the Mongolian Muskies Bowl for the Overwatch Clash Season 5 playoffs here between the Guangdong Mag Tigers and the Belfast Bunger Brigade. Belfast taking our second map of Paraiso in a fairly dominant fashion on the dive mirror, but now we're back to the bread and butter of both these teams kind of from map 1. Back over to that brawl look with Redcax back in on tank, Elko back towards the DPS, and Yak back over to the bench here. So basically it's a map 1 all over again. We'll see if the Belfast Brigades take those lessons they learned at the second point and bring it to a Cervasa victory.
Yeah, Melon is back on this Mauga. That's what I was going to wonder about. This is a pretty good Mauga point, but the Mauga wasn't really working for them map 1. I wonder if they're going to commit to this or if they're going to swap anything up here. Foost did get a lot of value on this venture here. This map could favor it a little bit more than Antarctic Peninsula with this Mauga. But we do see Sonic Ronic now going on this Lucio, so they're playing a much more traditional brawl look with this Ramatra for the Magic Tigers. So we'll see ultimately like who's able to take these fights, who's able to kind of utilize their speed and engage more. But I'm expecting.
We'll see if Zinth on this kind of nerfed Sojourn, but with the add ability to collat with just a regular charge, can be enough to shut down Jack in the skies or a 20% to the barrage as they walk on through that small little choke. Elko over onto that Cassie. Wouldn't be surprised to see Jack swap, especially after seeing that double hit scan from Zinth and Elko. A very dangerous sight indeed. And it appears Belfast just running away from that one. Don't want to take any fight without the far. This guy's backing him up.
Yeah, that's smart to just reset really quickly, not waste any time, knowing they just want to go into this full strength here. But now that the Magic Tigers have this time to set up, it's going to be a lot harder to push here with so much spam damage coming in from the side of the Magic Tigers. Jack might be able to look for an angle here. Looking for a slightly wider angle with this Pharah spam.
Melon's gonna jump right on in here with double boost, but Melon not long for this world. As that's a very quick fight here, very quick victory for Guangdong. As 2 fall and now just Staggers come on through. They will get another chance here if you are Belfast. You know, the biggest thing is you're losing quickly, at least. You get another shot.
Yeah, that's kind of the same thing I noticed on Antarctic, is I don't know if it's Melon is taking too much damage before the fights or if he's just taking too much damage running in. But just those engages from the Mauga are really aggressive, and he just gets burned instantly. Everyone on the Magic Tigers are just turning to focus him really quickly. So they have to either take these fights more cleanly or more cleanly and more decisively. We'll see. This is probably the last fight on this first point here. We'll see if they change anything up here.
Elko drops on down here for a bit of a flank angle, but now the cast is not there to help out the team. I'm guessing Melon's probably gonna jump on in here with that charge. Looks like Boost will actually go for the touch. Zinth does have the overclock though. Jumping on back, this dive comes in from Melon and Foost. Jack has the barrage. The Brutality Field is too well placed from Hardshar. They can't break it in time. At that far gone, Brett Caxton walk forward here with that Annihilation. Melon on point. Still has the Coordinating Overdrive. The beat from Nutty as well. They think it's winnable here. Suzu comes in. A lot being used here from Belfast, but Elko has the high noon and just walks on into Melon. Takes a skull clean off, and that's going to be point A taken here for the Guangdong Mag Tigers, and a not close at all fashion Jack swapping off that Pharah. I don't want to deal with Zinth and Elko on his scan either, my friend.
I don't know why the Sombra swap is coming out. I would think that like they were running the Pharah with the dive and with the Mauga comp, so I don't know exactly what it's going to accomplish here that the Pharah would not. Maybe just looking to try to shut down these DPS here and just try to set up these engages a little bit more. We do again have that combo of the cage and this Venture ult, which could be really big here, but Sonic Ronic with the beat might be able to shut it down if he plays as well.
Looks like I finally open up here. Melon charges on in with the help of Zinth. The TP away from Jack. The cage ult does come on in. But the beat from Sonic Ronic will keep him alive. The Tectonic Shock out from Foost finds to the DPS, exchanging 1-for-1 here. And we're gonna have a jump in and try not to let the point flip here is Belfast, as Rekaz is in the back line. Elko will exchange for 1, but it's not going to be nearly enough as Belfast takes their first control here.
Yeah, that was a really good engage. Maybe that's the point of the Sombra. Able to set up that a little bit more, but Melon does swap over the Winston right after using that cage ult, which makes a lot of sense why they did swap this Sombra. Already halfway to EMP is a really big ult here. Also, getting that beat out of Sonic Ronic is really good because it's it sets up your team for a little bit better. I think they're opting to try to just punish these DPS here. The DPS are kind of squishy.
They kind of see they have a Ramatra, not exactly a Mauga, so you can play a bit differently. You can play the dive here. Elko gets hacked, but Nuttier is taken. I mean, Elko dies mid-cast of the high noon, but you've lost on 2 members here, and Rekhax is still very healthy. Trying to get something done here, walking forward. It is 61% and counting. Melon goes down, Zenth 1 HP, but stays alive. But you got basically one fight territory here if you're Belfast, especially with how quickly Flashpoint works.
I'm still happy with that if I'm Belfast, because you did, again, get it down to one fight. And with these ults coming up, the Rush and the EMP, huge ult here. Again, Sonic not with that beat.
Oh!
That's rough. Still should be good for them. A lot of really good ults here, and they just really need to win one fight to take this point.
Going very aggressive here, though, as Foos is on the back. Gets that dig on out. I mean, Red Cactus is in a pretty awkward position. Gets hacked up and taken down from the return from spawn. Zenth has to use that overclock, but the 4-man EMP out from Jack to get a follow-up onto it. Hard charge jumping through the sky, but taken down. Full support's gone. And a disastrous overextension there from Sonic Chronic. We'll wait the point flip right over here from Belfast.
Yeah, great ult trades there for the Bunger Brigade. Just the EMP for that overclock. The Magic Tigers might be able to touch here, but they honestly might just give this to try to set up the next point. I think they are rotating like they are going to try to fight this, though. But 4 ults for the Bunger Brigade is really tough to push into. Annihilation's a really big ult, though.
Jack in the back line here. They're going to go in here with the Goosey Rush, jumps right on in. Elko jumps away, but the boom from Sonic Chronic takes Melon out. Melon close to that Primal Rage as well. A huge exchange. There's a 1-for-1. Here's Jack finds 2. With Elko down out of the fight, Foo still has this Tectonic Shock going. Does Nutter decide to drop the beat here if they need it? Yes, they do! They're going to exchange out from Sonic Rock, though. Annihilation from Red Cactus. The Suzu comes up from Wiggle but can't get back to the team in time. And that boom from Sonic Rock might just have saved them the points. Melon dives down here. Does have this Primal Rage to hack. Zenth down. Trying to hold on to this Primal Rage as long as they possibly can. It looks like they might need to use it here. Red Cactus go down. Your Tyfield really not in the best position there to get to just slow enough. They pop up the window as well from Hardchar. Does force out a Primal Rage, I guess, but I say Window's a lot more valuable in ultimate here compared to these comps.
Yeah, I'm happy with that trade if I'm Melon. Trading 1-for-1, I'd say they're pretty similar in value. They both build really quickly. But being able to use that ult to win the fight, that's way better for the Bunger Brigade. Again, now they're resetting that beat charge again, so they should have a quote-unquote free EMP with no beat on the other side to counter it. But Elko with this High Noon should be able to command a lot of space, especially with the new changes they've made to it. Not really anything right now for the Bunger Brigade, but they do have this early space on the point here. So it's up to the Bad
How quickly Nettier has built this beat. They use the same beat, same time as Sonic Chronic, and doubling their percentage here. They're just kind of playing slow here, waiting for Jack to get the EMP online. Gonna get the hack onto Red Cactus. That is their main priority. They just hack Red Cactus every time. The high from Elko just stays on the map.
Oh, Nuttier.
And gets Nuttier. Nuttier was very close to getting the boop off the map, but doesn't look like they're gonna fight this one. First point flip over towards the Guangdong Magic Tigers. Foos good touch for the last couple seconds here. Elko can't get them on a retreat, but Nuttier will be back with the beat and a huge ult advantage right now for Belfast if they don't get staggered out here.
Yeah, super close there. Belfast forced out with that High Noon. Nuttier tries to make a hero play. Almost works out, but not quite. Jack now with this EMP could be really big here. Looking for it. Hits the EMP. Hits
it's
all
a 5-man! It's a very big one. Melon goes on here to help Sonic Rock take it down with Lucio exchange. They do get Melon, though, so it's very doable here for Guangdong to bring this back in their favor. Nuttier going deep in the back line here. Trade down to Hardchar. Your Tyfield not quite in position here. Nuttier is dancing with death and finds it. The Pulse Bomb is going to find Elko, landed on the shield from Red Cactus. Couldn't get out in time. Casino Rush comes out here from Wiggle, but not too much to do with that one as Zenth finds the kill with the overclock. You did get a free 26 or so %, but now you're just getting ult charge here. Zenth is going to emote on point and stay alive through all of it.
That's crazy. This is the peel from Hardchar to keep him alive there. I genuinely don't think if they healed Zenth would have just died to Melon. Melon honestly probably is taking that 90% to this Primal Rage. You should be able to have it this fight. But it could be last fight of this point here, especially with this beat from Sonic Chronic and the Annihilation for Red Cactus. Nuttier has a beat of his own. It's got to be really big here.
See where it's had to go here. Zenth is kind of isolated right now. We'll get back with the team. Jack knows where the Baptiste is. Gets the hack over on the Bap. Does Hardchar fall? No, your time goes. No, the big boom! A 2-man from Nuttier. The Primal Rage invested as well, trying to just confirm this fight for it. It looks like they will do just that. Zenth gets one for his troubles, but now it's just Red Cactus on point with a slow orb. A very sad-looking Nano Swarm on the ground. But you didn't use any ultimates there. If you are Guangdong, you can easily take this back.
Yeah, 99% is really good for them, but as we've seen, like even with ult advantages, it is still really tough to push into these retake these points after a team is kind of set up with the defense here. No ults here for the Bunger Brigade. They might be able to get the pulse in time, but unlikely, especially with these tempo-setting ults from the supports of the Magic Tigers here.
Jack goes 20% towards this EMP. Could potentially look for it, but Jack falls as it finds the shot! They're going to exchange it on Echo, so it's a pretty good exchange here. Sonic Rock flying low as well, trying to go around the point. The beat does expire. The pulse bomb finds nothing, but Sonic Rock in awkward position, trying to get out their life. Looks like they will. This high run Mega Foost trying to hound down Lucio. So the fact that Sonic is still alive is crazy. The Lucios are going to be exchanged here. Melon nowhere near that Primal Rage. Wiggahiggle trying to keep Poke alive in this fight here. Foost is in there trying to get Zith falling low. Looks like they will get that. Now the bat needs to isolate here on the point. Your attack because that just in time, but the hack is still there. Melon falling. Elko has returned back to the fight and fights the shot. And they cannot walk into Elko.
Jack was so close to the EMP. If he got it in time, it would have been a completely different fight. But unfortunately, just the tempo set early there by the Magic Tigers and able to get all that space, get all that damage off before anyone on the Bunger Brigade could do anything about it.
And Red Cactus stopping over the Junker Queen here. Make Melon's life a little more troublesome on the Winston.
Yeah, making it a little bit harder for this this dive to go off as you do have the knife as the disruption. I don't know if I like that, especially the way they've been playing so far. I do still like the Ramatra here.
Jack in position here for this EMP, trying to find a target. Hit the right-click Richard. That is Elko just trying to decloak the Sombra. Can't quite get it. And it's going to be a pretty quick and decisive fight victory here, it appears, for the Belfast Bunger Brigade. They're going to stagger them out a little bit as well. Wreck Cactus going down late there. And now, look at the ult building up for Belfast. If they can bring this to a map or 0.5, you got to be pretty good with the chances. Look at the ult bank for Guangdong as well.
Yeah, we'll see if Rectactus is able to kind of cook something up here with the Queen. He did almost kill Nuttier, got super close with that axe, but Nuttier just barely staying out of range of that. This OC has gotten so much value so far this map, so we'll see if Zeth continues to keep popping here with this ultimate here. Melon does jump in, catches the back line.
Oh, Elko does get hacked up and taken down! They lose up their high noon! The beat from Nuttier as well will keep him in this fight. The overclock from Zith not doing too much. He's getting pelted around, juggled in the corner, and now Melon just beating and battering Sonic as well. The Frog not long for this world. Red Cactus hacked and taken down. That's going to be a 0.4 captured here, and we're going all the way to 5 on Suravasa. As it appears Guangdong might be giving this one up.
Yeah, able to win that with just the beat and the primal. Really good for the the Bunger Brigade here. Curie Rush is a huge ultimate. We are starting to see those ultimates start to tick up here for the Magic Tigers, including this Rampage for Wrecked Cactus. The Suzu does kind of like negate that. If Wiggle does use his Suzu right, could be really good at shutting down this ult from Wrecked Cactus here. But as we've seen, Alco getting so much damage so far with this High Noon, might not even need the Rampage here.
They're flipping the map. Red Cactus Immortality is forced out early here. Boost might go in with the Pulse Bomb here. Elko has the high noon though, just walking forward, trying to find any targets here, any skulls lining on up. We'll find Wiggle. So losing out on that Kiriko is going to be tough here for Belfast to return from. And yes, with both supports gone, Red Cactus currently just has a shooting range as Sonic is letting the kill feed on this Lucio.
3. That's making the highlight video, guys.
No ults used from the side of Belfast, just the high noon from Guangdong. So very even fight so far, but comes down to this next fight basically, I'd say.
Yeah, Sonic running with this beat could be really big here, especially with Jack having this EMP. The EMPs have been so big so far. We'll see if he continues to keep getting value here. Just trying to set up Melon, who should be able to build a primal after this hit here.
Melon jumps on in. They use the Immortality Field. The hack comes in and finds on a 4, but doesn't matter. Falls with 2 though! Turnable! Foos with a 3rd here. They cannot do too much here. Foos has to retreat. As Red Cactus is just full HP. And despite the heroics from Foos, they're not going to be able to get that flip. And now 50%. Just the window, just the Queen ultimate. Jack swaps over onto the Sojourn. Off that Sombra.
Yeah, that's got to feel terrible for Foos, able to do so much that fight. But ultimately, like, everyone just gets taken down by the Magic Tigers. Just hero plays there by the Magic Tigers in a fight they honestly should have lost there. Wiggle with this Kitsune Rush might be all they need here. It is a really big ult. Melon just...
And with Melon going down, just jumps in and just gets melted. They do use the Kitsune Rush as well. The beat comes out from both sides. Synth still has his overclock on a point, sliding on in. Boost chase them down though, so it's a 1-for-1. But Harchar with this exchange here. Guangdong heavily favored in this fight. It's just a very desperation move from both our sides here. Melon does have Primal Razor on point. They flip into chaos. Elko falling low, but can't pop the Primal in time!
Elko just able to do so much here. And with that, the Magic Tigers
gonna be
will
the map.
hold on and take map 3 and send it to match point here.
Nutter gets that touch. Primal Rage comes in from Melon, though. Got that extra jump. Elko still holding on to this high noon here. Ready to go, just walking around. Melon does isolate a few targets here. Elko especially on the point, but Red Cactus walks in with the dagger. And with the Wicked Hill gone, that Suzu exchange, it's going to be pretty tough. Melon trying to put some pressure in with a Tesla cannon, but finds nothing at the point. Dwindles away, and so is the hopes of Belfast winning this map as Matt Tiger sends to match point.
Yeah, incredibly close there, too. It looked like either team had an advantage, especially late there. But ultimately, map point 5, map 3 does go in favor of the Guangdong Magic Tigers.
Yeah, very,
So
very
the team
tough.
that has chosen the map has won every single time. Who would have thought?
We'll see if they decide to put Yak back into our next map, but what map will that be? We'll have to wait and see on our side of this map break. Do not go anywhere. The Musky Bowl continues after this short break. And welcome on back, everybody, to the Aurora Overwatch Clash Musky Bowl between the Guangdong Magic Tigers and the Belfast Bunger Brigade. Guangdong Magic Tigers now only one map away from sending us toes to the grand finals, the Booney Bowl, but Belfast looking to stop them here in the tracks and make this map 5 victory happen. We're going over to Watchpoint Gibraltar, and Yak comes back in for the DPS role, but a different look than Perisio for the Guangdong Magic Tigers as Osmotis comes in here to play the support. Giving Elko over on that DPS and Rat Cactus make a switch over to Winston this time.
Yeah, I know that they have been running a lot of Ana Brig with Asmodeus on support here. I'm kind of surprised to see them showing the Ana Kiriko. I guess they could still swap when they're in spawn here. But I think this could be really good. Elko has been getting so much value here on DPS. Putting him on the tank, he like hasn't been getting as much value as he has on DPS. So I think this does kind of play to their strengths, allowing Elko to just kind of lock in and hard carry. But we do see that exact same comp that they were playing on Perisio for the Bunger Brigade. Nuttier on the Lifeweaver. We'll see if that works just as well on here or if they need to swap anything up.
Oh my.
Here we go.
A lot of early damage there from Jack on the TP there. Gets a quick 30% on the barrage. But now Yak just trying to poke and prod here on the Tracer Plate Sniper of all things. A couple directs there from Zenth do land, but forced to get back there and to heal right back up. Point continues to move forward as the space is kind of being guarded right now by Guangdong. Pretty slow blue box hold for the Belfast Murder Brigade, but a boop on down on a Red Cactus. A counter dive comes in here from Melon on the high ground, gets Osmosis off that position. The sleep comes out as well, not gonna find too much, so Yak takes that advantage to go on in. The Suzu will keep Osmosis alive for just a little bit longer. Sonic first to fall though, so losing it onto that Kiriko. The point continues to move forward onto the point as Elko on the Genji, trying to take on Yak on this Genji. Pretty awkward spot for Jack is on the low ground in the little tunnel. And a very slow methodical push here for Guangdong so far.
Yeah, Guangdong have been kind of playing this space really well. They did lose a player, but they haven't really lost the fight yet. This fight still seems to be going on as both teams are just kind of soft trading out.
The pull comes in, but we do have Melon just jumping in onto this backline here. The Suzu in the sleep. Not coming to it. Melon is the first to fall, losing out on that Winston is pretty big. And the Guangdong now sees it as their go button. Jump up onto the blue box, take that control. Jack close to his barrage, though. Could turn it in the favor. Elko just pushed his cart slowly but surely. Just gets spotted out. Elko, 1 HP, goes on down. The direct from Jack lands. But Zip exchanges out on the Faras. Takes that barrage out of the foot, but Melon has to turn. The sleep lands, but now Osmosis in a tough position here. No nade, no sleep. Supports exchanged. Sonic on the point, trying to get something done close to Casino Rush. So he decided to pop out. Melton finds both supports with the Primal as well. The point will not progress past this point, at least for now.
Melon forces him back. Almost got the kill onto Zenth, but just lets him go to play a little bit safer for his team. Only using the Primal there is really good, but now we do have almost 10 ults. The Primal, the only one not available between either team. Elko might get his blade mid-fight here, but likely will be able to get at this fight, especially if he does get nanoed here by Asmodeus. Nano's a big win condition here, so we'll see who they opt to use the nano on here. Use it on Rex Cactus.
Use the nano over onto the Winston. They saw that Nutty use the pull, throws out that tree, and now those DPS are coming alive for Belfast. Finds 2. Yak just takes down the support line on his lonesome. I mean, Jack does get traded out, but not nearly enough. Here's Elko falling low. Will get out with his life. No, he will not. Yak there on the pincer maneuver. And now no nano for the Dragon Blade. We have a lot tougher to find value here from that. Oh, but Cactus with the Sniper Monkey buys a Kiriko.
Sniper Monkey. Nuttier being able to get so much value here with the trees. What a lot of people consider not to be a great ultimate is this Lifeweaver tree. Getting so much space off of it. Almost died there to Wrecked Cactus.
Casino Rush comes over onto the point here. The dive up onto Nuttier, but has a dash away. Melon does fall, though, under all that pressure. Yak, nowhere near that Pulse Bomb, has to recall and force to retreat back towards the spawn. And that's going to be point A captured. Just off the back of one Sniper Monkey shot.
Yep. Killing the Kiriko early is really rough there. Joseph gets a wiggle again. The Bunger need to stabilize here. But yeah, the Lifeweaver does get jumped on by Wrecked Cactus. Wrecked Cactus has identified his goal is just force the supports out and allow the team to kind of follow up on Melon here.
Wrecked Cactus bumps his head on the way out,
Melon
but we'll get out with his life. It's not a very small object, guys. You can see it pretty easily, but
it's a spaceship. Oh,
So it's a very unforeseen spaceship. A lot of camouflage on that. Zinth has a barrage here. Might go aggressive, but Jack spots him out, force him to retreat for now. Melon trying to hold on to the spaceship, but Red Cactus is there to meet him. It's their Sniper Monkey Haven up there. Just going back and forth with right clicks. Elko on point alone. They dive onto the Ana. Suzu comes out. Nade as well as Sleep Osmosis in a tough position here. Getting dived on. But Zinth does exchange out with 2 with the barrage. And now it's just a life weaver trying to survive a Winston dive. But not going to happen there as Red Cactus has a power rage as well if they needed it. 5 ultimates here for Belfast and not using any of them, and they might lose this fight for it. Here comes the Dragon Blade out from Elko as well. Melon uses that Primal Rage to alive for as long as possibly can, but Zinth is still there. Putting in the work, Red Cactus has Primal as well, but Jack again taken down by Zinth. Yak swaps over on the Cassidy in the chaos, and now a tree on point, trying to keep him alive as long as possible. The Casino Rex as well, both forward opposites here on cards. Red Cactus trying to boot him up here with his big fists, but not happening just as of yet. Nuttier is amped up and gets pelted into the bulldozer. William Higgle exchange over on the Kiriko. It's a very chaotic fight, but spawn advantage here coming in handy here for Belfast, and they get 3 quick kills. And they're going to hold. I mean, the spaceship. I didn't know it was that hard to go around. I'll have to check my next games, but they'll get out with their lives. But a very chaotic fight right at the end of B. A lot of ultimates on both sides, but Belfast holds strong.
The support ults here from the Magic Tigers are going to be so impactful here. Jack does have this barrage. Could opt to use it. Oh, honestly, just getting 1 kill could be big. Getting Zinth is a huge one to take here. The Magic Tigers honestly don't even want to take this fight down Zinth here.
Osmosis jumps on down and gets punished for that. Try to go in to help out Red Cactus, but gets sent back to spawn, and now 60 seconds remaining. All the ults are coming up here. If they get the stagger on to Echo, that would be huge, but Echo does get out their lives.
Yeah, now this ults are starting to build for the Bunger Brigade, getting close to its high noon too. Yeah, this nano here from Asmodeus is going to be the win condition for the Magic Tigers. Probably are going to use it on Red Cactus again.
Looking for it right now. Back to forced to back off with that boot from Jack. The Zinth is actually the recipient of this nano here. Yak with the high noon shoots. Not gonna fight too much, but Osmosis does fall very low. Jack with the spar clear out of the sky here. The Belfast Bunger Brigade forced to retreat. Zinth falling very low, but will survive for a couple more seconds here. Melon closest Primal Rage. Do they decide to invest it here at the last second? Looks like they will go for it. At last second contest, last second touch. A cart moved all the way back to under spaceship, so they have another shot. Elko trying to guard the doors for now. Zinth with the barrage. Not gonna find anything. They have the TP from Sonic Rock to stay alive, but the barrage comes on out, but no picks from it as 3 quick kills in favor of Guangdong Night Tigers. Yak back on the Tracer, but getting hit with the directs from Zinth from the sky. And anti-Winston not long for his world as Melon trying to bubble dance his way to victory, not to be seen. Just the dance of death sent back towards point C, and now a minute and a half to go. Finish the map.
Yeah, super messy fights. Ultimately, that Kitsune rush from Sonic Ronic gave his team so much power, just the ability to win that fight with that speed and the cooldown reduction. Red Cactus and Zinth are looking for something. They might be able to do a really quick dive here, especially with this Primal. Red Cactus can play really aggressive, knowing he can just get out with his life here. Elko might be looking for it too with the Blade, but they're playing really slow here. They want to get the perfect engage. Go on to
jump
Jack.
up on that high ground there, force out a bubble. Jack does get out. Red Cactus goes in deep with the Primal Rage. Just isolate Nuttier with the pedal platform, gets stuck. Uses that tree, will survive through the primals, and now Sonic Ronic TP's in. They don't know it's no TP. He's hiding in the tree on the pedal platform. Somehow, the Kiriko staying alive for all that pressure, got another TP off, and Yak the only one to fall through all these ultimates being thrown out. It's gonna be exchange here. The Kiriko going down. The Nano onto Elko, doesn't have the Blade, but Melon trying to isolate over on the support here. So Asmodeus, half HP, no nade. Can they survive? It looks like they will for now. As Zinth comes back here with the peel, Red Cactus holding spawn doors right now with the help of Elko, and they are winning the frontline battle. Jack trying to turn the fight here. They have Casino Rush here for one more, last second contest. Jack down yet again. As Jack with a disparate Tracer here for the touch. Casino Rush comes on out. Zinth closes barrage, and they don't touch the cart.
I don't know if Wiggle was trying to touch, but does get pulled from Nuttier, so I think Wiggle might have touched the point there if Nuttier doesn't pull him back, but he probably would have died shortly after, so I'm not sure if it matters too much. Yeah, just the staggers.
There wasn't much hope.
The staggers coming out, just so much aggression from the Magic Tigers, and just really no response from the side of the Bunger Brigade. Nuttier is trying so hard to just stay alive here, but they're putting so many resources into him. I don't know if Melon and Yak just need to try harder to try to get that pick onto the Ana earlier or what, but there's just so much aggression just trying to get the supports of the Bunger Brigade here, and it's working for the Magic Tigers. Full cap, 3 seconds left too. Ultimately, the time doesn't matter too much here, but I'm super happy with that if I am the Magic Tigers. Do see double flyers coming out here for the Bunger Brigade. I do kind of like that. I think that the Flyers was getting value, but now they're opting to play a little bit more into trying to shut down Zenth on the Pharah here.
Oh, Red Cactus seemingly to use his fourth eye here. Goes over to the D.Va. Will help alleviate that pressure from the double flyers rather than what they would have done on the Winston. Mello swapping over on the D.Va as well. They're going to basically match here on the tanks, but different everywhere else, basically, for both these comps.
I honestly kind of like the backline of the Bunger Brigade a little bit more here, because Elko is going to try to go really hard onto the backline to try to get these kills. They have a little bit more sustainability out, like, compared to the Brig and the Ana. The Brig and the Ana are a lot more of a dive target and should catch a little bit more poke from the Flyers of the Bunger Brigade here.
And they can go a little more aggressive as well. They have the Kiriko ability to TP in rather than the Ana sightlines to play around. So potentially a lot more aggressive look from Belfast. See if they decide to put that into effect early on. Looks like Red Cactus will drop on down on point, but has his body boop to get right back on up. But the car continues to move slowly but surely here underneath the overpass. I think they will get down towards that mega room. A little bit of a dive coming up here from Melon, trying to get Zinth out of the sky, gets focused beam down, and with Zinth gone, the skies are completely free for Jack and Yak to put in some pressure. The Jack-Yak combo in the sky, very scary thing. Elko 1 HP, make that 0, as 2 quick kills yet again come here. If Melon can hold on this mech, it'd be a huge win for Belfast, as well as Osmodius could get staggered out here, runs into the room, trying to get out towards spawn. Osmodius, 1 HP!
Damn.
Make that 0. Very close to the escape there. What's a much better trade here for Belfast?
Yeah, the spawns are really good here for the Magic Tigers, but it's going to be such a scuffed fight trying to fight here. Derek does touch the point here, close to this bomb too. Could give himself enough time to survive and stabilize here, but Zinth dying is really rough.
The Zinth dying as well as the door is being held here. Elko cannot get out. Elko cannot get out from around this bulldozer. Cannot get the sightlines on the Flyers. This Melon just jumps right on in, and now Red Cactus, not longed for this world, decided to use the mech here. Potentially a swap coming in. Let's see how that goes. They do get the smush over onto their opposite numbers mech, and Melon falling is turnable here for the Guangdong Magic Tigers. I've spoken too soon. As Zinth falling low, the focusing beat from Jack. They do duplicate over on the D.Va, get a tank back over on the point, but Elko's walking on here with the flash fan combo. The trees not long enough will expire, and now somehow Guangdong has turned this fight back in their favor. Oh, the DM not long enough to keep Jack up.
The spawns were just too good there. Melon getting caught by that D.Va bomb is brutal. If Melon was able to survive there, close to that bomb would have given his team enough survivability to be able to kind of stay in that fight a little bit longer. Now we have 4 ults here from the Magic Tigers, so it does feel like it's starting to slip away here for the Bunger Brigade. But this
ult is used though, but the rally popped early. It's ironic. Might opt to wait that one out for a couple minutes here. Just sitting over that stairwell, not getting too much value out of this one. Some overhealth is being generated, but the rally does expire, and now Belfast look to push the problem here. Yak, they get AT, but can get healed right on up. They do force out a TP from Wiggle Higgle. Have to play a bit slower here. Zinth looking for potentially a duplicate on the back line. Trying to get aggressive here. We'll get the duplicate over on towards that D.Va. So now double D.Va here, double D Matrix. Zinth 1 HP, lose out on the neck very early. The barrage comes out from Jack, or from Yak, and shut down. Echo still has his high noon. Melon lose out on the mech, to pop the bomb here. A desperation move here. Gets back in the mech in time, but Jack has fallen in the chaos. Sonic Crunch is pushing on forward. That was overpass. And it will look to be a promising attack is dwindling away, as well as a chance to make it to the Booty Bowl. Guangdong Magic Tigers can sense it. They can feel it. They're one fight away.
Yeah, we do see a lot of ults here for the Magic Tigers, so it feels like the season is starting to slip away here for the Bunger Brigade. 30 seconds left. Possibly we're going to get some ults this fight, but just looks so good here for the Magic Tigers, especially with capturing 3 points on their own attack.
Melon onto the Doomfist, Elko on, or Yak onto the Genji, his signature hero here back in the 7 days. Any old heads remember that one. Wiggle Higgle has a Casino Rush on point, should decide to use it here. Melon jumps on in, tries to force out the Elko gonna get nanoed and just gonna start pelting on down some pressure. But Sonic first to fall. Cart touchers, please make sure you go on a cart. Okay, no C9 here. We do have Casino Rush as well as Tree. Zinth duplicates over onto the Doomfist, but losing health very quickly as Asmodeus not there to heal him up. And Zinth will fall, and that's gonna be a point A capture. Desperation swap's gonna work out. And one more lifeline here for the Belfast Bunger Brigade.
Yeah, but that is really brutal because even after that, they need to have a basically perfect attack here. With a full cap, they have to match. After forcing that OT, they can only really afford to lose maybe 2 more fights here to be able to kind of have enough time to roll into third point here. Really expensive there, as both ults are also used for the Bunger Brigade. So Melon is close to this Doom ult here, which could be really good. Allows him to play really aggressive here.
A good grip there comes up from Nuttier, keeping Yak alive. Was game focus beamed on down. Melon does fall pretty low inside his spaceship. He's 1% away from Meteor Strike. Will pop it the second he gets it. The bomb from Red Cactus for a bit of a remech here. The Sonic with the counter puts Melon on the ground. Melon 1 HP. Will they survive? It looks like they will for now. The cart continues to move, but Elko, you're just hearing the right clicks echo out through this chamber. And 2 quick kills for the Guangdong Tigers. Now 1 minute remaining in the time bank as Yak finally shut on down. Still has his blade, but walking into a rally makes this one rough.
Yeah, the blade and the Echo ult are very good here, but again, the rally is really good. Should be able to kind of sustain any pressure put on by the Bunger Brigade here. With only 1 minute left, they need to play really well here if they want to come back and win here.
Yak with a dash right up on towards that spaceship. Melon gets that power punch, knocks him off. Sonic, Ronic using that rally up on the high ground. Synth comes in with the focusing beam, can't get a final blow. And now this is a complete brawl up here on top of the spaceship. Guangdong will get that one up for now. High ground controlled so far for the Belfast Bunger Brigade. Jack gonna use the duplicate over on towards that Diva, get the defensive matrix back in the fight. Nuttier throws down the tree, but Elko finds a shot through the branches, through the thickets. Yak with the Hero Blade has to get one. Will find Osmodeus, but he gets shut down by Sonic Round. Sonic Round 1 HP. The bomb for the duplicate, not gonna find anything. The Brigade to find low on point. They cannot find the kill though, but they are cleaning up carts. Casino Rush out from Wiggle Higgle, trying to bring it back here. Melon gets the with the tank out of the fight. Sonic Rock forced to retreat. Nuttier back on towards this Lucio, trying to 1v1 a Brigitte in a small room. They cannot touch in time. Not hiding from Elko Invested as well. Will get one, but the point is capped. And now we have Guangdong just cleaning up this fight, but a little bit too late for this one.
Yeah, that's got to be brutal. I think they would have won the fight if they just opted to have someone touch the point. It do be like that sometimes, though. Melon does swap over to the Malga. I don't like that. It's going to take so much poke here from the Echo and the Cass. It's going to be so hard to close this distance here.
Jack is still playing Mr. Heroes in Spawn. Finally deciding on the legs here. And they do get the kill over on the Echo, so a pretty good start for this point beat PC push. Yak flying very low, but will get healed on right up. The bomb out from Red Cactus. Does it find anything? It does not, as Yak hides around the cart. Now the rally out from Sonic running. They get Wiggle Higgle isolated, had to TP in to try to keep the tank alive, but will fall. And losing 2 there. The rally very well placed there from Sonic Ronic. Will force them back, and now 1 fight territory for either way to send to extra innings or to a series victory for Guangdong.
The ults here are so big for the Magic Tigers. Nuttier has got to build this beat to even give his team a chance here with 14 seconds left. There's only so much you can do, though. It's so hard to push in against the spam damage of the Cass and the Echo of the Magic Tigers. The beat is built here, so they should be able to touch here and have a pretty big brawl. Asmodeus with this Nano 2 could be really big. Nano
duplicate. High noon out from Elko, up on the high ground, up on Yellow Box. Does he find one? He just forced them away from Cart into rack position. Will find Melon! And with the Malga down, it might as well be it. Unless Yak has a Miracle Hide into their own, but the duplicate Malga walks in with the cage. It's a 3-man cage! And nobody can touch the cart. Nuttier trying to touch it desperately. Jack can't build the visor. And we're gonna have Guangdong Magic Tigers stamping their ticket to the Boonie Bowl, to our grand finals. And we'll see who wastes them on the other side.
Yeah, really close match there. If I'm the Bunger Brigade, I gotta be satisfied with how that went. I think, like, going into it, going up against an 8-0, I guess 9-0 if you count the first round of the playoffs. Really tough for them to kind of face up against the Magic Tigers, especially this early. Well, I guess not early, it's the semifinals, but yeah, they still played really well. Could have gone back and forth. I think late that Gibraltar, even though it looked really bad for them early, they did manage to stabilize and still had a really good push on the attack there. But ultimately, just that push from Magic Tigers was too much for them to overcome there. Yeah, let me go ahead and update this. There we go. Okay. So with that, who are you thinking for your match MVP? I know everyone on the Magic Tigers had a great game. But is there any one player that stood out?
We were discussing in between the maps a little while ago. We had down to 2 people, that being Zinth and Sonicronic, and both of them are still very deserving of taking home this victory. It's tough. I think we give a lot of love over to Zinth, in the past. So let's go ahead and get to the captain, to Sonicronic, get his thoughts on taking his team all the way to the grand finals.
Okay, here, give me 1 second. I gotta get everything fixed up here real quick. That should be updated on the stream. But yeah, Sonicronic, especially, like, I think the second and third map played really well, but then going into Gibraltar, like, he was doing his job on the break, able to survive so well, get that peel. The rallies were huge, able to kind of shut down all that aggression with the rally. I think Sonic played very well. And a lot of people don't give him the respect he deserves. He's a very good player, very flexible, willing to play anything for his team. And on top of everything, he's the one that drafted this team. He put all the pieces together. So let me get him in here real quick. He's got no idea.
Apparently. Oh, hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Hello, Sonicronic. Congrats on the match MVP today in our Musky Bowl, to stamping your ticket all the way to the Booney Bowl. A fun match to come back to cast, and with kind of your initial thoughts, and you're on the way to grand finals on the team you created, a team that was kind of slept on in the preseason, and now you guys are here, ready to go up against whoever reaches the other side.
I mean, going back to the start of the season, I was nervous on how it would go, because, like, being a first-time captain, I didn't know how it would be, but my team that I got is just such a good team, and yeah, I'm glad I got everyone I got. And I mean, that match, I knew it was going to be a lot closer than the first time we played them, in like week 6 or something like that. But
That sounds right.
yeah, they were one of the teams that almost took a map off of us on ESP in our game against them the first time. So yeah, definitely had to lock in for this game.
So, like, we're going into this new meta here. I know we got to see a little bit of the Malga. Are you guys planning on making any changes in, like, relation to the new meta? I know you guys played a little bit of Zenth on, like, the Flyers. Seemed to work out pretty well for your team. Is there anything else that you guys are possibly cooking for these new balance changes?
You mean like the patch that
Yeah.
like the most recent patch?
Yeah, on Tuesday.
I mean, yeah, we've been running a lot of Pharah, and it's been working really well. So, I mean, Zenth I think is a very good Pharah player. So it's nice to have him when Pharah is like the rare like meta where Pharah is actually good. 'Cause it seems like, I mean, Pharah hasn't been bad, but like I can't remember the last time Pharah was this good.
Yeah. Speaking of Pharah, looking ahead to the finals, you got Hueys or the Saoris that you'd be playing. Do you think Zenth would rather play against Mikey Pharah or Neptune Pharah?
I mean, I remember back to our game against the Kiwis, week 8. Zenth was not happy that they were counter swapping him, or
Yeah.
not necessarily counter swapping, but just swapping a lot. It was kind of hard to keep up with. So I mean, that's one thing we noticed about the Kiwis in that game when we lost Nambani. It was a tough map for us. But what was the question again?
Do you think you're gonna make any
So
other
just
swaps?
Make any
Against the Pharah?
swaps to
Yeah.
against
and then
those
I guess
teams?
who would you rather play on Pharah, Mikey or Neptune?
I mean, I'd probably play on Pharah. I'm scared of Mikey's Echo. I mean,
His
I'm
Echo's
sure
gonna be good
Pharah's
too.
good
Yeah,
too.
they're both gonna be good, I think. But
I know Neptune's been playing a lot of Pharah, so maybe it'd be fun to have a Pharah duel.
coming
kinda
out
biased.
of
Wait, sorry.
you go.
I was gonna say I'm kind of biased in who I want to win for that match because I really want to play Poke in the finals. Feels like it's like
Shocking.
reminds me of back to season 1 when they were on the or he was on the Hogs and I was on the Marshmallows, and I thought for sure it would be a fun finals playing against him.
That EJ2.
Yeah.
Yeah, coming out of map 2, like we saw that the Bunger Brigade played that dive on on Paricio. Looked really good for them. After that, were you guys planning on making any swaps? Were you scared of anything, or were you just kind of sticking to your own game plan?
I mean, we've had the maps that we have lost have been our Doom comp. So like we kind of know that. I think that that's our like slightly weaker comp, and I feel like we're not too worried about losing those maps. I mean, their dive was definitely good. They beat us on the Doom comp. They had better Doom comp today, I'd say.
Wait, I was gonna ask you a question related to that. Doom. Booney, you got anything? I gotta think. I'm cooking right now.
No, not really. I just have El Clasico.
Damn, I can't remember. Just go ahead and send us to El Clasico.
All right, Sonic. If you could not be MVP of today's match of the Musky Bowl, who would you be on your team and why?
Man, I don't know. My whole team played good. I feel like I played the worst out of everyone on my team, so I don't know. I was very tired going into this game. But if I was to give it to one person, I would probably give it to, I would say Zinth. I mean, he popped off on the far end the first map, especially I remember. And it kind of gave us a good start heading into the series. That's
fair.
It's funny because we weren't really practicing Antarctica, but like we were just like, fuck it, let's oh sorry, screw it, let's go to Antarctic. But no, I think Nadir mentioned it at the start. But
You're
yeah.
getting banned now, grr. Can't say F word in chat.
My bad.
So
Sorry.
true. Well, that's going to do it for the MVP interview. Again, congrats on the victory, Sonic, and we will see
Thank
you
you.
next week in the grand finals.